We have a responsibility to give these people an opportunity to showcase their intelligence, their intellect, and their wisdom. And this particular program is to ensure that we create an opportunity for them to come here at Optiven, to come to the organization and practice what they learned. And we have learned lessons. We have discovered that these people, they are very sharp.
Hamjambo, great people. I tell you, it's another exciting Furahi day, and I tell you, when you know it's Friday, you know it's time for hashtag Ask Wachiuri. And I know already, you know, we have guests in studio. I tell you, Leo, it's on another level, and today we are going to have an exciting show. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend that we are Facebook Live at George Wachiuri, at DJ Covenant, at Optiven Limited. And even before we start even our today's mentorship show, there is something that we need to tell you. There is something that is important that is happening here within Optiven Limited, and you're about to hear what it is. But before then, allow me to introduce our able mentor. Anapenda kuitwa servant. Karibu sana, our servant.
I am a servant.
How are you?
My job is to serve. I'm good.
Hey, how was your week?
The week was fantastic, and we thank God that it has been a very steady week, and it was in today's conclusion whereby I was able to talk about this program to the head of state.
Wow.
I was there at 9 o'clock, and I'm happy that this program that we started about mentorship, something good is just about to happen, and I'm very excited.
Wow.
And that we thank God, we thank our viewers for enabling us to talk to them and share the good words, so that we are able to transform ourselves and transform this nation.
Others.
Yes.
And I remember you earlier today we talked. You told me you were having a state function. That you do want to mention that, but at least it's good to say.
We thank God. we thank God, because these are areas that we are able to articulate what we can do in our nation to make our nation a better country. Because you know that right now we are thinking about how to create jobs. So if you have a chance to talk to government on how to create these jobs, we take that advantage and we talk to them. And I was happy that I was given about 5 minutes in that particular forum where we had European Union, we have Kenya Private Sector Alliance, you know, Optiven was invited because it is known out there that our agenda is job creation, and that's why this particular program of graduate mentorship program is becoming more popular, and we are happy. Last week, I must congratulate the county of Nyeri. They have introduced similar program. I must congratulate the Kenya Revenue Authority. They have introduced the same program, and if you are out there, this particular program, we launched it at Optiven so that many people can pick it up, and we can be able to absorb our millions of graduates like these ones here, so that they are able to be employable after a period of time of mentorship. They can go out there and build this beautiful nation, Kenya.
I think that deserves a clap, right? Yeah, awesome, that was awesome. And today's topic is graduate mentorship. And I know this is going to touch so many souls that are out there. Mr. Wachiuri, before even we introduce our visitors today, why graduate mentorship?
Let me say that this particular program is meant for our bright university students. You know, Kenya, we have over 60 universities.
Yes.
And these people, they are well educated. They have been trained how to do the work. And for us in the industry, people like Optiven Group and other people who are watching us, we have a responsibility to give these people an opportunity to showcase their intelligence, their intellect, and their wisdom. And this particular program is to ensure that we create an opportunity for them to come here at Optiven, to come to the organization and practice what they learned. And we have learned lessons. We have discovered that these people, they are very sharp. Optiven, we are picking 50 this year to ensure that we mentor them 3 months sessions or cohorts of 3 months, and then they can go out there and do what they are taught to do. And I'm so excited that the people we picked, the cohort number 1, 3 of them, they have gotten jobs. Some have gone to the UN, others have joined organizations, and that's why we say that Optiven Group, we are here to train them, to mentor them. And for you who is watching us, if you're looking for an accountant, looking for a human resource manager, looking for ICT, these people are here. We have already trained them on how to be better people, better culture, and they are yours for the asking, yours for taking. And that's why we are here. That's the purpose of that particular program.
We'll start from our far right. and that is our HR.
Thank you so much. My name is Doreen Kanguha, a graduate from Makerere University in Human Resource Management, and currently working with Optiven Group in the HR and admin department. And my experience so far for the 2 months, it's awesome, it's great, because I've been able to be exposed in real HR functions where I'm being trained and I'm being mentored. Wow. So to me, to all employers outside there, we are ready, we are trained, we are mentored, and we are ready to bring that culture in your organization.
Awesome.
My name is Vincent Kinara. I'm a graduate mentee in Optiven. I'm from Moi University. I have a degree in media and communication. So in Optiven, I am in the foundation department. That this top brand, what has it done? What has it done apart from the real estate? It has the foundation, whereby it is poverty alleviation, environmental conservation, and it has very many organizations that we need to join so that we can able to support the foundation.
My name is Margaret Maniki. I'm a graduate mentee at Optiven. I'm in the documentation department. I graduated from KU last year with a bachelor's in science, information science, and specialized in records management. I'm happy to be in the documentation department where I can practice what I learned in school.
So my name is Felicity Kanana. I am a graduate from Multimedia University of Kenya. I took bachelor's degree in commerce. I specialized in sales and marketing. Currently, I am a graduate mentee in the Optiven Group, and I'm so glad. This is my second week, and I'm already loving the experience. I am so exposed. I really love the way the company has put me in a position where I can practice my theoretical knowledge practically and feel like I'm already in the best place in my career. So I'm so happy for the gesture. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Mr. C.
My name is Charles Mungai Mbogwa. I'm in ICT. I'm a graduate mentorship, a mentee in the Optiven Group mentorship program, where I am a holder of a bachelor degree in business information and technology. And yeah, I am glad to be here in Optiven, and I am glad to be a part of the team. And I thank Optiven for giving me the opportunity to be able to do what ICT is all about, hands-on.
My name is Martin Magiri. I'm a marketing degree holder at the Management University of Africa. And currently, I'm in the sales department as a graduate mentee for the last 2 months. So far, so good. I've performed well in the sales department. And my appeal to all the employers is that I want to work for a company whereby I can solve a problem in the sales department.
My name is Josephine Buvi. I am a recent law graduate from Kenyatta University. I am currently placed in the documentation department here at Optiven Group. So while at the documentation department, I've been able to put into practice all the legal concepts that I was able to learn in school. I've been able to interact with various documents that are used within the title processing process. I have been able to interact with consents and transfers and even completion documents. I've been able to even talk to lawyers who actually handle these documents. So it's been a fantastic opportunity, and I'm very grateful. Yes. Thank you.
Wow, look at that, Mr. Shaw.
Wow, huyu ni wakili.
I tell you.
And by the way, DJ Covenant, there are people I've seen on social media, they're asking, George,
yes,
can you give us the write-up of this model? Yes, we can be able to give you the write-up for the model, and you just replicate the model. You can hire and replicate what you are doing, because that's the purpose of this particular program, graduate mentorship program.
Wow.
Yes. So my name is Andrew, as has been said. I am a final year film student in AFDA, the School of Motion Picture. It's in Cape Town, and I have been at Optiven for a month and 2 days, and I am really enjoying it. It's a place where you learn how your soft skills, your hard skills, all your skills, and it pushes you to a different level that you have not been to. It's good to see what the industry in Kenya is looking like, especially in the corporate world, and I am glad to be here. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. I know each and every person has a question.
Yes.
That today, hashtag Ask Wachiuri, that's where we'll be dwelling on.
Fantastic.
But before we start with their question, Mr. Wachiuri, when you look at this,
yes,
what do you see the future is?
what I see is that if we can be able to roll this program across 1.7 million companies in Kenya, the problem of the state sorting out the issue of unemployment will have ended. Number two, the problem of suicide cases with our young people, itakuwa imeisha. Because these guys have gone to school, they have degrees, they have CPAs, they have got the knowledge. They are only looking for a space, this DJ Covenant,
Yes.
on where to practice.
Andrew, I know you have a question. Shoot it.
Yes, so I'd like to ask, how does a young person in Kenya get the right connections in their career path?
Wow, that's a very intelligent question for Andrew, and I know that's not only Andrew, even people out there, they're asking, how can a young person get right career connection? And this one goes to us parents, that when the child is in school, we need to monitor, to study what the child is interested in. It could be art, could be science, could be singing, could be a special talents, and then we nurture those talents. And as a student out there, you pursue your passion, what you like doing. Don't do course because your mother told you to do a certain course. Don't go to a job because somebody told you be an accountant or be a lawyer. Do a course that you like. And once you identify the best course you like, you'll be enjoying doing it. And once you enjoy doing it like the way these people are enjoying doing it, it becomes very easy for you to grow in your career. And for a young person out there, please increase your networks. Talk to people. Join groups that are progressive, not those groups who discuss useless things. Join events where people are going to do events so that you can be able to network with more people. And then finally, get a mentor. Get somebody you can ask questions, eyeball to eyeball. And then you can be able to get advice and join this kind of a program.
My question is, how do you keep it positive despite all the challenges?
I would love to know
DJ,
that. Today
is the day of questions.
Yes.
As a person, as George Wachiuri, I say that when God created everyone, we were created to serve. And if you are created to serve, when you see results of what you are doing, you are happy. Like today when I see these graduates, some of them are getting jobs in the UN and other areas, I get excited because everybody was created for a certain purpose, to add value to the world. Personally, I have a personal goal to ensure that before I die, the world is going to be a better place than I found it.
Wow.
What value is George Wachiuri adding? What value are you adding? If you are talking about job creation, today I met a lady who says that they have a data center in Thika and they have automated. I said, wait a minute. Is it good to automate or is it good to provide job opportunities? So personally, when I see positive change, I am happy.
Most young guys outside here, we fear starting our businesses because we have failed many times. We want to start some business, but we fear of failing. So my question is today, what is the advice you're giving these young people who want to start their business?
Wow, I know that he's talking about fear of failure. They say that, somebody said, failure is a ticket for success. You have to fail to learn. And those who are doing businesses, they have failed. Don't treat it as failure. Treat it as a step towards achieving a bigger goal. Personally, I have failed over 15 times. Optiven is the 16th company. So if you fail once, say, I have learned something. You fail twice, say, this is another school. So keep up that morale, that motivation, that energy, so that you keep trying.
Okay, Mr. George is my CEO, my mentor, and also a very successful person in Kenya and also internationally. I would like to ask him where he started, how his career started, and up to where he is right now.
Myself as a career, it's a long story. Actually, I've authored a book. It's called Sorry Like an Eagle, because it's a long story, because I started with failures. You start this particular business, you fail. You start this one, you fail. However, after campus, I worked a little bit, and in campus, I had no money to pay for my fees. So I was doing manual work, washing people's clothes, taking photographs. My small cubicle was a social library. I charged people to read magazines. So I started very humbly, with no money, no relatives in Nairobi, and life was very, very tough for me. And of course, finishing university, we applied jobs based on fear, because we know that if you don't get a job, you go back to the village, and the village, there was nothing. There was no food, there was nothing. So it was not very easy. And of course, going to business, starting this business and failing. So the power of persistence. So as I think you know, we survived by the grace of God, you know, praying to God to help you. And people out there who are trying things, you can be able to, maybe you have failed several times, maybe even more than George Wachiuri. You can always anchor on God. You tell God to support you, to help you, to encourage you when things are not okay. And of course, on career development, I worked for a few organizations. I worked for IOM, UNICEF, World Vision, but at some point in 2008, I now jumped out to start business. When I went to business, it was baptism by fire. I lost 5 million. It was very depressing. I was down for a year. I couldn't get a job. It was very tough. And people who want to know the whole story, I have done a blog, www.georgewachuri.com. You can see a whole story there, or you can read my book, or there's a video on it, just to inspire people, to encourage people that when you see George Wachiuri today, as they say, I don't know whether I'm successful or not. They say so. I don't know.
You are very successful.
So if you want to pick, you can be able to pick, and that's why we document. I personally document. Every week I do 2 documentaries, 2 blogs, to encourage people out there. They say, if George is doing it, I can do it 10 times better.
To our able team leader, what would you tell a young person who has no access to assets that can be used as collateral and is seeking to get financing from a financial institution to start maybe a business or progress maybe in life, and you have no assets?
Wow, interesting. How can a young person borrow money from the bank? I'll start from the, lower steps. Because by the time you're going to borrow the money, you have the business, you have the idea, you have the plan. But even before you have the plan and the idea and the assets, because assets are built, and that's why for us at Optiven, we are giving young people an opportunity to buy property over a long period of time, 4,000, so that you build up your balance sheet. However, before that, as a young person who is watching us, those who are here, with what you have, what do you have? You have the brains, you have the energy, you have the passion. Start business from that. You don't need capital to start business. You need an idea to start business. I'll give a practical example. When things were not good for me, I could go to industrial area, pick items. I leave my ID there with a muindi. I pick those items, go and hawk them. Hawking. You sell the items, the balance you return to the factory, and then what you sold, you pick your margin. That means what you require is your legs, the energy to walk along the streets, and then ability for you to be trusted. And of course, these business people don't trust you. So you leave your ID there. And I was making my money. So people who are out there, don't wait for capital to start business. Start with the services. Give your services. Today we are in the era of digital media. Facebook. I've seen people I mentor. They have a shop on Facebook. The shoes that I wear, I buy them from Facebook. And the guy tells me, okay, you have ordered. For me to know you are serious, you to me a fair kwanza. So you send 200 shillings. He delivers a shoe. And then you pay on delivery. That's how easy to start business in Kenya. And there are many businesses you can start with zero capital. You only need your brain and your phone, and you're in business.
As a team leader of a top brand, what do you look for in an employee?
Leo ni leo.
Let's have the secrets.
What do we look at at Optiven Group when we are hiring people? We look at 3 things. Only 3 things. We don't check where you come from. We don't check which tribe you come from. I don't check whether you're from my village. Actually, we don't have people from my village here at Optiven Group. And you're almost over 400 employees. We only check 3 things. Number 1, attitude. Are you a person of right, positive attitude? We call it PMA, positive mental attitude. Number 2, we look at the passion. Are you able to love what you do? The passion. And then finally, the skill.
Only those 3.
Only those 3. But number 1, your attitude. If you are the person who complains, you can't fit in this culture of Optiven. We call it high performance culture. We need a person who add the value, who put energy to other people. Those are the things we check. That's why last year, Optiven was given an award in terms of diversity. The way we hire men and women. The ratios here for men and women are almost 50-50. Can you imagine? 50-50. Both in senior leadership, in directors, board of governance, because we have a purpose. Yes, and we thank God for that.
Just on that, you said that you have 400 employees. So I want to ask a question on that. What are the do's and don'ts you're looking for in the job application? So if I apply for this job, I don't get it because there's something I'm doing wrong. So as you have interviewed many people, what are the do's and don'ts you look at?
I think, thank you. I think for the do's, when an employer picks at the CV, the first thing they check, they don't even check at the top. Do you have any experience? And that's why this program comes in.
Yeah.
Because right now in your CV, you need to say, I worked for Optiven. Don't even call yourself a mentee. I worked for Optiven. This is what I was in a human resource. These were my responsibilities. So because the employer, many employers, unfortunately, they don't want to train. They want somebody who is trained. So they check there. Once they check there, they see, of course, maybe your academics, and then they quickly scan the hobbies. Because we want people who are creative, who can come there and start that creativity.
Yes.
To conceive new ideas. Don'ts. The way you write your name. Shiko Mapeo. Who is Shiko? The way you craft your email. Shooks at Gmail. Who is Shooks?
Then he uses X, eh?
Yeah, that's why it's important for our people have an official email. Something else is that people who jump from one job to another. In fact, nowadays, many employers, if you have been to jobs within a year, 3 jobs, you move from here to another place, employers are a bit skeptical. So those are things that employers look at. And people out there, maybe they know that people who, they're called hoppers, they are hopping from one job to another. You see, this person, even if they come to Optiven or to your organization, they won't stick. That's the things that we check on. And of course, the qualifications. Of course, nowadays people have got degrees, have diplomas, and that's very key. And how you have formatted your application. There are people who, even the grammar is wrong in the application. Once you miss it at that particular point, you lose it. Wow. And then the introduction, when you're doing the intro for the job application, don't be too wordy. 3 paragraphs are sufficient because people have no time to read all these applications. Quick ones. I can add value. I'm a solution provider. I am ready to serve this organization.
My question to Mr. George, I would like to know what inspires you to wake up every morning.
I would love to know that. Every morning.
What inspires me? That's a very good question. Every morning I'm up by 4 a.m. because I pursue a particular specific vision to economically and socially empower and transform the society. For you to empower society, you need resources. For you to empower society, you need to pray for them. So I wake up, I pray, I read a book, I read my Bible, I meditate. You know, it's the best time to think in the morning, and then I'm ready to come and do what I do best.
Just so.
To pursue the vision of Optiven Group. That one really inspires me. And when I hear that we are creating more jobs, I get more inspiration. When I hear that we are doing community work across the country because we have projects across 47 counties for sponsorship, I am happy. When I hear that Optiven, we are succeeding in this particular venture for foundation, I am happier. And that one really inspires me. Yes.
Wow. I know, maybe a quick one. Vincent, what time do you wake up? You don't have to answer that, maybe. Or you want to answer? What time? Okay. Doreen, you want to answer that?
Yeah.
Let's hear from Doreen. What time do you wake up?
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Wow.
Oh, so you need to know because now
it is called the 5 a.m. club. And by the way, for people who are listening to us,
yes,
the best time to do your stuff is in the morning. You know, you rise up in the morning, there are no phones, there's no noise. You can be able to think, to plan for your day, to read a book, because at Optiven it's mandatory that everybody must read 1 book in a month. And that one has transformed these mentees, and they are now doing better. When they came, some of them were waking up at 6. But we have been talking and telling them, can you adjust? And I'm happy that for her, she's now doing 5. And who knows, maybe going forward, she might do 4 a.m. because that's the best time for you to think. Yes.
Charles, you want to answer that? But I don't know.
Yes.
I need that one on my end. I have to work on that.
I tell you.
7 is my time, but I will try.
You know what they say?
Yes.
They say that the people who control the world, or people who control the economy, even in this republic, they are about 5%. Some countries it's 2%. But study the behavior of those people, of the successful people. They are early risers. Today I met my mentor Vimal Shah, where I was. That's the guy who inspired me, because he told me, George, by 4 I'm up. That means if you can copy success, copy from the behavior, the routine. What's your routine every morning? Because you can imagine, some of us, we are out there talking to people, mentoring people. If you don't read, where do you get this knowledge? if you don't listen to videos like Robin Sharma, where do you get this type of knowledge? If you don't read, how do you add value to your employer? Because employers are looking for people who add value. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. George Wachiuri, our team leader. Tunashukuru sana, and our viewers out there, we are so grateful. Na tunashukuru sana till we meet next Friday. Same people, different attire, same Jesus.
Amen.
And we tell them, we value you. We tell them again, we value you.